How are you? From wherever you are watching, there is the People's Bench, and I am your host, Fred Ogweno. As usual, it is another time that we are getting opportunity to speak with Mr. Justin Muturi, the former AG, the former CS. An alligator has come out of the lake, and he's saying that Mr. Crocodile is sick. Who are we to say that he's not sick? We are here to answer some of these questions that President William Ruto, they say he's bad. How bad is he? That is why we are here to look at all these things and other issues that are bedeviling our country. How are you, sir?
Very fine,
Thank
friend.
you.
It's a great pleasure.
Yes.
Yes.
Karibu to the People's Bench.
Asante.
It is the bench by the people, for the people, from the people.
Great.
And we say it the way it is without mincing words.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
And I like it that way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, how is life out of the government?
Life out of government is easy.
Mm-hmm.
No timelines for this or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody asking you, why did you do this? Why did you do the other?
Yes.
Because you are in charge of yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're enjoying it.
And I'm enjoying it.
Yes.
Being able to meet with anybody and everybody across the country.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, let's move straight. You came out of government saying that President William Ruto is bad. How bad is he?
President William Ruto is a man of two faces. The Ruto that goes out in the public is quite a different person when he goes to behind the scenes. William Ruto is a guy who likes public relations. And when he talks about what may appear to be public good, you sometimes think you are dealing with an angel. You just have to wait until you go into the office. And the guy will just tell you, forget about that. Forget about that. We want things done in this particular way. So he's that kind of person. And that kind of person is dangerous and bad for the country. Yes.
Tell us, what is the stroke that broke the camel's back? Was it the abduction of your son, or was it the corruption scandals that you were being forced to sign?
Well, things started going. I started noticing things were not what he had promised, particularly me.
Yes.
Because when he gave me the job of Attorney General, I first turned it down. And I stayed away. I told him, no, I don't want to do that job. That's not the job I wanted to do when we formed government.
Yes.
I did not explain him the reasons. He later sent my good friend, the Speaker of the National Assembly, who happened to have been my classmate.
Yes.
And roommate at one time in the university. Much later, 2 or 3 days later, we met with Moses Wetangula, explained to me that he had been sent by William Ruto that to try and persuade me to take up the job of Attorney General. I decided, let me tell Moses. I told him, Moses, I have a problem because I am a great stickler to the law. And I don't like this job of being the principal legal advisor to government because I'm not quite sure that William Ruto will allow me to do my job as I should. Giving, correct, principled legal advice. And, Moses tried to persuade me. I just told him, no, I will not. 2 days later, we were at another meeting in Status before cabinet was formed. When we finished, the other people left. William told me we're going into the office. He told me he's not yet through with me. I asked him why. He told me, JB, I still want you to be my Attorney General, take up this job. I thought, let me just tell this guy the truth. So I told him, you know what? My problem is one. I'm a stickler, and you know me. I'm a stickler to the law. I would rather be wrong in arriving at an opinion, a legal opinion, innocently, as opposed to making a wrong diagnosis of a problem merely because I'm supposed to please you. So I told him with respect, I think I would rather just be a CS, whatever ministry. Didn't matter to me.
Yes.
because I was telling him, you know, I started my career in the judiciary, went to politics, member of parliament for 2 terms.
Yes.
Now I've been speaker for 2 terms. I told him, so I just felt that I wanted to, the only area, arm of government I never worked in was the national executive.
Yes.
And I told him, so I don't want anything. But, you know, in the course of discussions, William told me, you know, even this thing about you refusing to be Attorney General, do you know even those CSs, whenever there is a government contract, government procurement, which is valued at 5 billion and above, they have to come to see that. They have to seek your concurrence and your opinion, and you have to approve. I told him, you know, I'm not that does not, you know, doesn't attract me.
Yes.
And because this is something I knew. I've been a speaker, so I know those. Those provisions of this PFM Act, you know, Public Finance Management Act of 2012. So I told him, no, I'm not. That's not an incentive. Yes. That I'll be consultant. And in fact, I told him I would really hate a situation where that I'm delaying giving an opinion on a procurement. Yes. Merely because I want the CSs to come and talk to me.
Approval. Yes.
So I told him, I don't have a problem. But he told me, no, JB, I know you are a stickler. That's why I want you to take up this job. Yes. I told him, if you promise me that I will do this job unhindered, without you calling me to do things which the law does not permit, I don't have a problem. Yes. If you give me that assurance, he told me, you have my assurance. I told him, in that case, go ahead and announce your cabinet. Yes. That's how I ended up in the office of the Attorney General, on that understanding. Yes, I hear. But I can assure you, yes, it did not take me 2 months before I started seeing things. You know, you would see he wants some things done in a particular way. Whenever you would be having meetings with some people at State House, he calls me. Then I realized what he's trying to do is, I'm attending a meeting, and certain decisions are being discussed, and I would be asked, "Is that okay, AG? Is that?" I say, "It sounds good, but you know, this is just a meeting." Yes. Until much later, I had to tell him, you know what? When you call me to a meeting where you are initiating some decisions, yes, please don't assume that is when the AG gives his opinion. The AG's opinion must be in writing always, and it must be in response to something else that comes to the AG in writing. Yes. Now these meetings, which we come, already discussed here, I don't know. There are no details. The AG's opinion must be legal. So I told him, please, because I started noticing that he was getting concerned that I attended a meeting and they began some conversation with this or the other group, and then you'd be calling me later, but JB, we agreed. I said, but that was just a discussion. Now they have brought documents, which when I go through, I realize we are going to put the country in trouble if we don't go the way I have advised. Yes. Because sometimes I think you'll be shown the opinions that I have given, and then you'll get a bit angry that I have I've advised in a particular way. Yes. Yet, in his opinion, since I was present in some meeting, then I approved. Yes. And it's not once; it was numerous occasions. In fact, the one I remember, which was very graphic, was when they wanted to buy this land at Kedong, and I had given an opinion to the Ministry of Lands and raised a number of issues which they needed to deal with before I could give my consent. Yes. And because the government was going to spend quite some huge sums of money to buy that land, and raise quite a number of pertinent issues. But one day, surprisingly, one of the evenings when we had a cabinet retreat, early last year in February 2024, yes, The CS was sent to come and look for me. Then I go, I find the president somewhere like here. There was a big fire, warming themselves.
Yes.
Even his deputy was there, Rigiji. Professor Ndongo was there. Murkomen was there. PS Nixon Koril, PS Kipto. Then they start asking me, we promised that we are going to buy this land. And all. I got very shocked. I argued with him. I told him, no. I have given the ministry what I consider to be proper legal advice, the things they need to do to ensure that they are in compliance with the law.
Yes.
And, almost everybody was there trying to tell me, but you see, the president is there. I said, no, it's not about the president.
Yes.
And I said, let me tell you, I take great exception that the AG's opinion can be discussed around a fire here.
Yes.
And is in writing. That opinion is not here. Yeah. And the people to whom I gave that opinion have not come back to me to tell me what they find difficult to comply with.
Yes.
And these are just small issues.
Yes.
So that's one of those very graphic ones. And therefore, I started saying, here, things are not going well. I'm telling you, that was February.
Yes.
Well, as the Attorney General, I was a member of the National Security Council.
Yes.
Whose membership, the chairman is the president, deputy president is a member, CS Interior, CS Foreign Affairs, CS Defense, the AG, the IG of Police, the DG of NIS, the CDF.
Yes.
But at that time, we had also co-opted the CS National Treasury.
Yes.
I didn't understand why, but anyway, he was nevertheless co-opted because the council has the power to co-opt any other person.
Yes.
So it came to me as a total surprise when in June, my son was abducted. I tried to raise the IG, he didn't seem to know anything. I raised the DG of NIS, he's not even picking my calls. Tried to call the DCI, he wasn't picking my calls. Much later in the night, I spoke to the PS Interior, who promised to sort out. We spoke twice, but he didn't seem to have any information of what was happening.
Yes.
The next day, and in fact at 3 a.m., at 3 a.m. that night, I sent the president himself a text message drawing his attention to the fact that my son has been abducted, and I find it very strange that the people I sit with in the National Security Council are not even picking my calls, especially the ones who would know things about abductions. The IG seemed to think it was a robbery.
Yes. And
so he told me he was going to circulate some message to all the stations to look for him.
Yes.
But I was also doing my own separate investigations.
Yes.
I knew it wasn't a robbery. I knew this guy in charge of anti-terror police units, Said Kiprotich, and the director of NIS were the people who could give me the answer. But they were not picking my calls. So surely, when later, even the CS, then CS Interior, who is now the DP, called, we spoke twice the next day. I told him, I now have information, very firm information, that it is NIS who and my son. I told him, call the DG, he's not picking.
Yes.
He calls me after about 10, 15 minutes. He tells me, no, it's not the DG. He has denied. Then I decide, why are these guys treating me like this?
Yes.
I did not, when I saw the choppers carrying the president from Nyandarua and attended church, I decided to drive myself to State House. And I go to State House.
Yes.
I wait for the president to finish what he was doing with some few members of parliament.
Without appointment, you drove yourself?
Without appointment. So I go and I tell him, no, you appear not to have seen my message. I sent you a message at 3 a.m. last night. He told me, that's when he told me that his phone had crashed and that he even left it. So he called some young man whom he had left working on the phone, some technician. And the technician told him that, he asked him, is the phone okay now? He said, partly. You can make a call, but you cannot receive messages. We have not yet sorted out that problem.
Yes.
Because I think he had been sent too many messages. So I tell him, can you call Nudin? He's the one holding my son.
Yes.
And without hesitation, he just laughed a bit and then called Nudin. We're just standing next to each other.
Yes.
He calls Nudin, and Nudin, yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay, yes, sir, we'll release him. In the next 1 hour, you'll be at home. Now, and surely, and then after that, the president started cracking jokes. He said, even that Kionjori woman you see walking that way, even his son was involved in Mandamano. I told him my son was not involved. He's not even, he's older than that. He cannot be involved in those kind of things. Then he even told me, even the son of Bungei, who was in the Nairobi area commander,
Yes.
had been involved. He even told me, as a nephew of head of public service,
Yes.
had also been involved. So he cracked a joke, said, why would anybody bother arresting these boys because of demonstrations? So the matter ended like that. And
Meaning he knew what was going on with the abductions.
I could see.
Yes.
So we finished, and I just left him and I drove off. And the deed, as promised by Nuldin, my son was freed within the hour. Surely. That sent me some very, very strong message.
Yes.
That I'm actually unwanted in this government. Because how come DG of NIS could not pick my calls?
Yes.
Yet when I go and confront the president, he is called and he says he's going to release him. So it means as if the president was fully aware what was happening. It means it also meant to me that besides the normal National Security Council meetings, maybe there may have been others being held maybe by a smaller group where I was not privy.
Yes. Let me ask you, until your son was abducted, you had not come out. Does this mean that you in government or people work in government, sometimes you are not worried by what the ordinary mwananchi goes through until you are reached?
You know, the concerns had started building quite some time back. And, you know, that was just also the time of the finance bill.
Yes.
And I remember at cabinet committee level, many of us had expressed our reservations about the route we are going. Personally, I had questioned much earlier, I think in 2023, the decision by the president to begin touring the country. Allegedly, when he started, he said he was going to see whether the projects which we had promised people had been implemented or were being implemented.
Yes.
And my argument then was, but surely, in a year's time, what do you expect to have been done? And then he started now again promising others. That's when you would see, and you know, people are telling us that, you know, he came, promised this road, there were some tractors, immediately he left, the tractors were also removed. So I said, this thing is giving us a bad image.
Yes.
Of course, he was also complaining that CSs were not, you know, going out to explain to the public what government was doing.
Yes.
Because, you know, remember there had been the opposition-led Maandamanos of 2023, which were led by former Prime Minister Raila Odinga.
Yes.
So, in his opinion, he thought that the cabinet was not explaining to the public, and he was urging people to go out and explain. I remember going to him and telling him, you know, the AG, because the AG is a member of cabinet.
Yes.
In fact, if you see the way the cabinet is defined in Article 152,
yes,
it says the cabinet of Kenya shall comprise of the following: A, the president;
yes,
B, the deputy president; C, the attorney general; D, not fewer than 14 and not more than 22 cabinet secretaries. So the attorney general is actually a ranking member of the cabinet. But I remember going to the president telling him, you know, when you say that the cabinet members should go out there, I think you must give me an exemption because I advise government.
Yes.
I cannot go out there to tell the public that this week I've advised this ministry, that one, the other, or we have approved these bills. That the ages, the way I know the world over, don't operate that way.
Yes.
Because this advice is to government ministries and even government parastatals and
Yes.
other bodies, including even county governments. Many of them used to write to me
Yes.
to seek clarification and advice on various governance issues.
Yes.
So I could see the president had a problem. He felt that everybody should be going out there and I just felt, I started feeling this one, it can't work.
Yes, it can't work.
And I found this is not what I had expected.
Yes. Let me ask you this, if you permit me. Some people say that in Swahili that mfupa wa kujichagulia, nyama ya kujichagulia haina mfupa. Some say that President Uhuru warned you against this route, that President William Ruto was not the sole candidate. And could you tell us, when did he begin becoming this bad? You know?
Let me say this. I've worked with, at least we've been together even when I was a member of parliament.
Yes.
When I was speaker. But things started going south after the handshake of March 2018. And then I started noticing that some differences were creeping in between the president and his deputy. And in fact, from here, sometimes William would call me, sometimes ask me, what is it that I did to my brother Uhuru? Can you try and find out for me?
Yes.
And those kind of things went on for a long time. So I continued talking to, each of them separately until sometimes in January 2020, before COVID.
Yes.
I remember one time I called the then Cardinal Njue, and he gave me an appointment one day, very early in the morning. I went to his office and I explained to him what I was finding it very difficult, that the president and his deputy, everybody could see that they were drifting apart.
Yes.
And I said, I requested Cardinal Njue, as the head of the Catholic Church,
yes,
to see whether he can call other senior clergy, so that it could be about 6, 7, up to 10 senior clergy. They go and try to bring these two together. And Cardinal Njue actually agreed with me that yes, it was obvious. I was telling him, even school kids can see that these people, in as much as they're trying to put brave faces before the public, the two are drifting apart. And then things were not that rosy. But I didn't have the benefit of knowing what was happening, the real issues that came there. I may have come to know them much later, but it was obvious to me. So by the time we were coming to the elections, even then my friend President Uhuru Kenyatta, initially I had also asked him whether the handshake and anything to do with the 2022 elections. And he had told me, no, there was nothing like that, that they just sat with the Raila and they discussed and thought that it was good for them to come together to bring the country together and bring peace, which actually happened. Credit to them. But you see now, much later, I started noticing when the BBI stories started coming up, I noticed there's something that is being planned here. But nobody was, spoke to my friend, tell me what is happening. So a lot of other things happened. In the meantime, William Ruto, remember that thing of a Tanga group? I don't know, actually it was created by Uhuru Kenyatta himself. Can I even tell you something, another coincidence? The phrase Tanga was made on 2nd of June, 2018, at the burial of my mother. Because President Uhuru and his deputy William Ruto were both attended. And jokingly, President Uhuru said, mambo ya maendeleo, I'll be sending my deputy hii kijana atakuwa wakati anatanga huku. That's when the phrase was first used. But the thing gained momentum, And I think the media also
picked it up and
picked it up
believed it.
as first of all, giving it connotations that appeared a bit negative. But I believe when Uhuru first made it, he made the statement, he had nothing negative about it. But the way it was later turned out, and the way William Ruto was always in churches and then, around the mountain.
Yes.
Almost every weekend he's in this church, the other one. But something very strange. William Ruto could go to about 3, 4, 5 churches in a day. Until I started asking, this guy is he really is he praying in those churches or is? But as in the process, he also endeared himself to the people.
Yes.
And people felt that this guy, he's not a bad guy.
Including yourself.
Yes, and even me, I started saying, maybe he means well.
Yes.
It's always there with the bishops, the entire clergy, everybody, the clergy. If you ask many of them, in fact, even when I spoke to many of the people, the clergy people, they would always tell me, please, I think he's going to support this guy. I mean, he's tried, he's done everything. You can see he's really helping.
Yes.
And he was promised. It will look very bad if people turn against him.
Yes.
So I think all of us were duped by this guy, I said, who has double faces.
Tell me, how would this one person be so clever to dupe the church? Sorry, to the extent that the church has now come out saying that they danced with the devil and they did not know. They are saying that they have seen the light. All these people, how could you people? Because William was not, he did not just rise the other day. He's been a member of parliament. He was a former deputy president. You were there with him. How comes you people are just telling us that you just woke up one day and you realize that he is that bad and irredeemably corrupt like you said?
Well, when he was doing those things,
yes,
the way the chameleon behaves. When a chameleon is around here on this green grass, it will be green. Yeah? And when it goes where that's brown, it will be brown, but it will still be a chameleon. Yeah? So, everybody, and also the fact that, when they started off with Uhuru, they started off very, very, very well.
Yes.
And a lot of people felt that was a very good union.
Yes.
And it was the kind of thing that should be encouraged, bring more leaders into that union.
Yes.
But, well, somehow it never quite happened. It never quite became what many people thought it should. So in the process, when the story of Yangu Kumi, William Kumi, weighed very, very heavily on very many people. And many people felt that, the way they saw William being treated, remember, there are certain, things that happened. Even CSs in Uhuru's government in the second term started to you could see, mistreating him.
Yes.
I don't want to mention names.
We saw it.
I'm sure you know.
Yes.
Then, of course, remember the embarrassment he was subjected to, actually twice at Bomas.
Yes.
One during earlier in Bomas, there had been, I think 2019 or thereabouts, or around that 2019, there had been a conference on anti-corruption. And it didn't look, the way William was treated there, it started showing, hey, there's something wrong.
Yes.
Something we are not being told. Then, of course, remember the BBI meeting which was there.
Yes.
He was really dressed down by so many people, including some members of parliament. It looked very bad. Fortunately, some of those members of parliament, because a number of them were from ODM, they are the ones today who are praising him. I don't want to name names.
Yes.
I've always wanted to keep, not to do it, but because I remember how they addressed. They actually dressed William down at the Bomas on that day of the BBI.
Yes.
Murkomen trying to say something, he was booed.
Yes.
Today, the same people who are booing him are the ones now who are
cheering him up.
Cheering him up. maybe something is a trait of Kenyan politics. So nothing ever lasts for long. Maybe what Amanda was saying one time about politics, unapumua mara moja alafu inaenda. We can see it now. Since the broad-based arrangement came into being, we are seeing those who are very vociferous in criticizing William at that time. They are now the greatest praise singers of William today. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's something that it's supposed to be a Kenyan unique way of doing politics. You could be opponents. In my own thinking. And the way I expect it to be, you could be opponents, but that doesn't mean that I stand out there and start abusing you. No, I don't do that kind of politics. So, I just see people who are, hurling very unprintable words about William. Today, they have gone a complete 360 degrees. And others who are with William have gone the other. I suppose I may be in somewhere in between there. Because I always had that bit about William, which I never quite trusted, which explains why I was even hesitant to take up the job of the AG when he offered me.
Are you saying that you never trusted William from the beginning?
I never trusted him fully. But you say they say the taste of the pudding is in the eating. And that's why I told you, when he made the offer first, I said, no. And he sent an emissary, the speaker. I still refused. Until when we met with him the next time, when I told him, now I laid bare what my fears were and my worries about taking up the job. And he gave me the assurance that I know you. I know you are a stickler to the law. I want to guarantee that you will do your work unfettered, and nobody is going to interfere with your work.
He came out recently, and the president is asking that President Uhuru Kenyatta was given 10 years. Kibaki was given 10 years. Moi did 10 years. Kenyatta did. His time, Moi did almost 24 years. He's asking that, why me? So some people are saying that you in the opposition, you are trying to, particularly those who are coming from Mount Kenya region, that it is a way of saying that Anan Kikuyu, somebody who does not come from Mount Kenya, cannot lead, cannot be president. How true is that?
But 47% of those people from Mount Kenya voted for him. They knew he was not a Kikuyu. The sympathy that was there towards William was so much, because I'm telling you, I'm giving you those incidences where we could see he's being embarrassed, and we felt that there should be some level of respect to the office of deputy president, that we thought anybody, any right-thinking Kenyan would say, no, this is not good. You cannot embarrass a deputy president in this manner. But cabinet secretaries embarrassing him. Remember one time when they were, I think, in Savo, somewhere, another time, another CS, I think he was in charge of ICT. The kind of things that even PSs actually would treat the deputy president, the deputy president, in such a manner. Sometimes you could see it's actually meant to humiliate him. And that also earned William a lot of sympathy. So when we, as you said, when we come out of it with the experience that we know that now the real William is not the one we are sympathizing with. He's a really different person. And when William makes a promise about anything public, you have to dig deep, go behind and see if it has financial implications. You must go deep and find out what does it mean for him as a person.
I hear you.
You would say, we are going to do this, we are going to do this road, we are going to do the other. You can mention all the names of the roads. But just go dig deep. I have too many examples. That
tell us. There is the people's bench. You are speaking to the people.
Yeah, but because you see, this e-citizen, the e-citizen thing, I can tell you, I was sworn into office, all of us were sworn into office, the cabinet, on 27th of October, 2022.
Yes.
By the third week of November, I remember him calling me on a Sunday. It was a Sunday afternoon. And I went to State House. And I found all the top honchos from the National Treasury were there. All the top people from Ministry of ICT were there. And then back there, I saw two gentlemen, young men, James Ayugi and his partner, Sibi. I see that I had met them.
Yes.
When they are trying to, somebody brought them to me. They wanted to see whether a question can allow a question, particular question to be asked in Parliament. And when they explained to me, I told them, no, Parliament is not a debt collector. Because it was about, he was claiming money from the National Treasury.
Yes.
And as a result, they had even gone to, I advised them, go to court. That's the best thing.
Yes.
It's a debt, and from what you have explained, they are the owners of that, they are the ones who started that program of e-citizen.
Yes.
It started quite some time back. It was a World Bank funded experiment, which was found to be workable.
Yes.
But somehow the Treasury never quite got into a formal agreement, contractual agreement with, they're called webmasters.
Yes.
Yeah. Then, when I saw, and when they were introduced to me, they wanted to see whether they could use a member of Parliament to raise a question, and I said, no, we don't do that.
Yes.
Parliament is not a debt collector. Go to court.
Yes.
You get your money. You are entitled. That's your intellectual property.
Yes.
Government cannot continue using your intellectual property and not paying you. So take to court, and I'm sure any right-thinking judge using the principle of quantum merit, they're going to give you, you're going to be given your money.
Yes.
So when I found them there, and at that time, the story then was that there were only 392 government services which had been onboarded on the system. I knew there was something here. How they got to be there at State House was quite strange. I didn't know, and I didn't ask. But by 13th of January, 2023, a formal contract was signed between webmasters, and it was signed for by the PS, Principal Secretary, National Treasury, and the PS ICT.
Yes.
That agreement is available. And if you can just flash back, early 2023, a campaign began. Everybody must onboard their services to the e-citizen. Today, I think they are close to 23,000 government services. That's 22,000 something. But just go and find out what happens.
Yes.
That convenience fee
over 50 shillings
is quite substantial. I just want to ask Kenyans to go and find out where it goes.
Yes.
If they can meet the guys, the original owners, they will tell them. They will tell their story.
Yes.
So when I say I know, if you see something being pushed very, very hard,
yes,
there's something.
There's something behind. You said that the president is irredeemably corrupt, and that State House is a crime scene. There is also something that the impeached deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, said. Kenyans are really wondering, because when you are talking in these big terms, they don't understand.
Virtually every these things, look at the Adani. I knew about that Adani thing way before. and I knew who was behind it. I knew some of the deals which were being done at, in United Arab Emirates. Remember the issue of the $1 billion investment to grow trees from the Russian oligarch. Yeah, I mean, I knew when you look through those things, and there's a lot of information that's there. Even when they are talking about, even now, they have not given up on that Adani thing. I know what people are going through. They will say they are going to use to advertise for expression of interest, but we already know that there are some people. Some other companies are being set up, but it will be the same kind of arrangement. When I talk about that Kedong Ranch, I'm not. It's the evidence is there.
Yes.
And several others. So when we say that, and you see the way those things are pushed by the president.
Yes.
It tells you there's something very, very wrong. And quite apart from that, Kedong, the 5,000 acres in Masai Mara.
Yes.
Okiombo land. That parcel of land which they have been claiming, I know it's parcel number 155.
Yes.
It was now part of what was adjudicated. But the two, now and Tutu, one of them,
yes.
The other one is the governor. Now, one took the county council of Narok when those years, when it was county council,
yes,
which was taken over by the county government.
Yes.
Now, the issue is there was an attempt.
Yes.
The president called me directly, told me to help Governor Tutu.
To help him take the land from his own people?
Of course. But when I went and read through the documents which were available, and this PS of lands is an extremely mischievous character. Because even him was trying to call me. I think when they realized that I was not bedding, that's when they escalated the matter of the president. And when I went through the documents, I just said, no, it's not possible. If the court wants to, you do whatever you want to do in the court, it's okay. But I will not allow, the AGs always will not participate in that. Of course, I hear now maybe we cannot discuss it more.
Yes.
Because they got the land through the High Court. And I hear there's an appeal in the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
So maybe it may not be good for me to
to
discuss it more because it's a matter that I would leave the judiciary to deal with.
Yes.
For me, I dealt with what I saw as the real situation.
Yes.
And when you see somebody trying to call you to tell you do this or the other, you know there's something wrong.
Yes.
When I say that William Ruto is irredeemably corrupt, I'm saying it from knowledge and information.
Yes.
Yes.
I hear you. Young people took to the streets, Mheshimiwa. The Gen Zs, you remember the Finance Bill 2025, and they were speaking to you in government, but you were not listening. These young people, they were saying that they don't want affordable housing. They were saying that they are overtaxed. They are saying that the cost of living had reached, unbearable levels. But you people were not listening until you saw what they did in Parliament. What was going through your mind when you were seeing this kind of protest, young people coming out in big numbers and they are claiming their country back?
Actually, it's like all of us were on the same page because many, and actually, if I was to even give some, because I like telling the truth.
Yes.
Actually, even this guy called Murkomen, I remember at committee, he actually raised a number of issues about that finance bill. We did not approve it at the committee. We said, let's go and discuss it in full cabinet. What happened then, because everybody was raising a lot of issues. And it's like everybody could tell. And we could talk to people. We watched the presentations by the people before the Finance Committee of the House. It was a shame that the Finance Committee trashed those views given to them by the committee, by the public.
Yes.
It made complete nonsense of public participation, because you just need to look at what are people saying. You must take into consideration. And the issues we are raising. And remember, since 2023, people had already begun raising the concerns about the high cost of living. But we in cabinet, appeared like we were deaf. So this one of 2024, when it came, we raised a lot of issues. And remember, the 2023 one is when they put this housing thing, and it was quashed by the court. And I tried to say this thing, the way it is being brought in,
yes,
it's going to bring problems. But of course, there are too many other people. But you see, always the Swahili say,
yes,
too many cooks spoil the broth.
Yes.
So I think there are too many cooks at State House. And that's why the broth, when the broth was finally given to Kenyans,
yes,
it was spoiled.
Yes.
So it will not be, of course, because cabinet decisions bind everybody.
Yes.
It is us, therefore, as cabinet members, who should bear the blame. Yeah? In as much as we have divergent views,
yes,
opposing views, well, you see, it's just like when Parliament makes a decision.
Yes.
But to also respond to a question I've raised about William Ruto saying, why him?
Yes.
The Gen Zs are not mobilized around Mount Kenya. The Gen Zs are not mobilized around Mount Kenya. These abductions, that young man who was shot in 2024, Rex Masai, several others, this young boy who was picked from Homa Bay,
yes,
brought to Nairobi. Then what are the stories we are being given? That he banged himself until he died? You'd have to really be completely out of, it's not even possible.
Yes.
So when people are expressing anger for all these things, and remember the people who really were abducted, there are some who have never been traced to date. Others came out, been tortured. Surely. The kids of today, they are seeing things on the internet. They know what is happening in every corner of the world, every minute.
Yes.
So when they see certain things happening,
yes,
in Kenya,
yes,
being done by their government, crazy orders like shoot to kill, shoot to maim, all those kind of things. Now, this recent shoot to maim or kill is obviously a confirmation that even those killings that happened in 2024 must have been sanctioned from the highest office.
I hear you.
Because you can see, you see the reckless abandon with which police are shooting Kenyans for the most flimsy of reasons. How do people approach police station and you start shooting them? Are they armed? Are we told that there was exchange of gunfire? When there are robberies, we hear that the police there was gunfire.
Yes.
Maybe some thug was shot dead and the police recovered a gun, or one policeman was shot. But these ones, about the police stations,
they are burning police stations and robbing people.
Where are the police? The state has the monopoly of power and monopoly of violence. It is the one we pay money. So where are those policemen? Did they exchange? What was the level of resistance? If you go, for instance, to the recent, one of the ones I saw, the clip,
yes,
the shop in Meru, which was looted, policemen were there. In fact, they are the ones who are even throwing. Rather than going to put off the small fire,
yes,
they were actually blowing it up to go up to the upper floors of the house. They were there.
yes,
They are shown in the clips. So Kenyans are seeing all this, and then you start telling us that these are goons. Surely. We have also seen goods being transported in police vehicles. surely.
In broad daylight.
You know, in broad daylight. I mean, for me, the long and short of all this is just sufficient evidence to show that William Ruto has completely lost any moral authority to remain in office.
But he says that some of these abductions did not begin with his government. He says that they were Riviala during former CS Matiang'i tenure in office. They say that you are talking about corruption. There was KEMSA scandal, you know, during the COVID billionaires. You remember all these things. But he says that we did not see the people from the mountain or those who are pushing the Gen Zs to come out to come and say that Uhuru must go.
The Gen Zs are not being pushed by anybody.
That is what they are saying.
That's what they are saying, but we know for a fact nobody is pushing the Gen Zs to come out.
And why didn't they come out?
And let me say, well, one can only ask the Gen Zs. But remember,
yes, please.
There were protests led by the opposition in 2023, citing the issue of high cost of living. What was our response? 2024 finance bill. Yeah? We didn't care. And let me also say this. We know it's conventional knowledge or wisdom. Two wrongs don't make a right. So you cannot say that there were abductions during Uhuru's time and therefore we must do it. So there were violations of human rights, yeah? Trampling on people's rights. It happened, so we must do it also. That is a very warped up reasoning that they are coming up with. Because we in the campaign trail,
yes.
And if you look at the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto,
yes,
we vowed that we were going to deal with the issue of state capture. State capture was one of the key things that we really told Kenyans about. At that time, we were actually targeting, we were looking at this issue of KEMSA. This issue of, you remember that thing that happens about, is it a company called Helios, Telecom Kenya something?
Yes, yes.
That's one of the things I remember in boardrooms.
Yes.
If I can remember a few, those two were saying, no, we must, because this must never happen again in our country. That's what we vowed, and we told the Kenyans, we will deal with this menace of corruption head on. And the files for KEMSA people, have they disappeared? Why can't the president call the DPP, ask him what has happened? If there's no evidence, the DPP should come out and say, this matter was investigated by the EACC, by the DCI, but the report they came up with is this is weak. It cannot sustain. Yes. We cannot therefore go to court with this. Yeah, so that there's a formal closure.
Yes.
Yeah. If even the others they have investigated and found there's no evidence that can sustain a conviction in court, don't bother harassing people, taking them to court with trumped up charges, which you know are going to be dismissed anyway. Because that's just criminal. We vowed, remember, that we will never, criminalize dissent. We said public opinion of people. You cannot turn the criminal justice system against opinions. Yeah, we found that. We spoke about that very eloquently. In fact, none other than William Ruto himself. He spoke very eloquently about that. But what has happened? Why is he not calling on the DCI, the EACC, and the DPP? Bring all the files you have. Those complaints, even those about governors who have looted, bring all of them. What's the evidence? If there's no evidence, close the files. But EACC has become another place where you just go complain. When you disagree with the government, that's when they start calling you. We see a file here. I mean, surely, that is not the way to deal with the criminals. And yet, I firmly believe there is need for this country to address the issue of impunity when people are in public office.
Yes.
Because I honestly believe nobody should use public office for to enrich themselves. Because the other day we were introducing the conflict of interest bill, the members of parliament argued that they were not able to pass it because it was already too much conflict of interest.
Yes.
Yeah. What what are we saying? The president should call them, ask, what are you telling me? That you people, you want to continue stealing from government? Because even these things we are seeing, so-called women empowerment.
Yes.
Where is the money coming from?
Yes.
Who has voted for it? Which budget line?
Yes.
Which ministry? But every weekend, so much money is being given to the villagers.
Yes.
You know, you see them. Sometimes you give the border people, you give them, I don't know, portion meals. You give women portion meals. Others, borders. I don't know, some other small items, water tanks.
But these things did
And
not
then when
start now.
when they are given that money,
Yes.
you see they just go to drink. So you take taxpayers' money from the consolidated fund
Yes.
to go and dish out to the public. How many members of public are able to get that money? Very few.
Tell
As
me,
more is a drop in the ocean.
Tell me, who is the custodian of the Kenya Kwanza manifesto? The better. You know, this thing that was so good, that people were to begin, life was to change. Did somebody steal it?
Every one of us who was in Kenya Kwanza has a copy of that manifesto, including me. So I would expect President Ruto, William Ruto, to have it.
Yes.
Yes. And I thought, when I was AG, every time I look, the reason I kept it there is to look at the page that deals with the pages that dealt with the issues of the state law office.
Yes.
So that it helps me, all the proposals I made were guided by what is in that manifesto.
Yes.
Because that was my docket. So I dealt with how did we hope to address the state law office, improvement of the working environment,
Yes.
Capacity building, more officers. People, you find people sharing, 3 state councils are sharing 1 computer.
Yes.
Surely, it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
In these days of virtual hearing of cases in courts, you find 8 state councils are in 1 small room, and each is handling cases in different courts in the country. So you find it. You get to that place, you find it's like this. Called church rallies.
Yes.
You know, you think that people are talking in tongues because you are dealing with a case in Kisii, you are dealing with another one in, at the coast,
Yes.
in Kilifi, all over.
Yes.
Those are the things that when I got there, I said, no, we must, we must improve.
Yes. Just in a few words, tell me, people also say that justice should be served in a first come, first serve. We were able to see the likes of Baby Pendo, people who were killed. I mean, just a young baby. We were able to see Chris Musando. And you remember during the Azimio demos in Kisumu, police were literally pulling people from their houses and beating them. But we did not see the kind of agitation that we are seeing now, to an extent that some people are seeing that some people, particularly from the mountain, might be thinking that they are more Kenyan than other Kenyans, or that Kenya is a blessing that was thrown to them by God.
You know what? I know there was a lot of push because the issues around the Bipendo, which was something that should never have happened.
Yes.
I saw there was a big push. And see, when you see this serious leadership making the push, there's no need of, expect the criminal justice system to roll, isn't it? The case of Chris Musando, there are people who are, in fact, I think the case Chris Musando's thing happened, I think, when I was speaker.
Yes.
I remember one day, I think some members raised the issue on the floor, and I said yes. But you see, the House can only just talk, raise the concern, and expect that those responsible government agencies will take up the cue from what Parliament has expressed itself.
Yes.
So, you can only go up to a particular point, because you, as parliamentarians, you are not investigators. So you raise your concerns on the floor of the House. And I remember the matter was discussed. I was on the chair, and it was discussed at great length. But of course, that was to raise the attention of the relevant investigative bodies and those in the criminal justice system to take up the matter. Yeah, that's what we could do.
I hear you.
There are people, I remember the case of Baby Pendo has been raised so many times, but the people in the criminal justice system,
Yes.
Sometimes I wonder whether they are stone deaf. They don't. It's like for them they don't care.
I hear you.
In fact, to an extent, at one time I think they were trying to propose an inquiry, an inquest.
Yes.
Yeah. Yet, whoever fired that shot must have been known, because that bullet must have been recovered.
Yes.
It must have come from a gun.
Yes.
which is clearly identifiable. So surely those in the criminal justice system must answer to that.
Yes, I hear you.
You know, I also remember what you've just said.
Yes.
What happened in Kisumu was actually, it was nearly, one could put it as targeting community.
Yes.
You know, which is a very bad thing, because actually it verges on genocide, because government cannot send its policemen or security forces to go and just shoot and kill people in a particular area merely because they have demonstrated, expressed themselves. They have, dissent. I don't know why we have not been able to really grow to a point where we should accept dissent.
Yes.
It is right. It's okay for you and I to have different opinions, but that doesn't make us enemies. That cannot make us fight. It should never make us fight, and much less should not make government unleash violence on its citizens,
on its own people.
You know, so these are some of the things that, and I remember we in Kenya Kwanza, as we campaigned, these are some of the things that we were saying. We'll make sure that they will never happen. We said it. We told Kenyans. But where are we now?
Now, Nairobi Women Representative Esther Passaris thinks that part of the solution to Kenyan problem is by coming up with a draconian bill, by trying to criminalize protest or gag protesters. What is your take on this?
You know, I think that bill cannot, cannot pass the test of constitutionalism, because you cannot limit what is in Article 37. And if the framers of the Constitution had wanted Parliament to come up with legislation to provide for how that Article 37 is to be implemented,
yes,
Parliament, the Constitution will be saying so. And there are very many other provisions in the Constitution that say this and this and this given, Parliament shall enact legislation to provide for further processes of how implement to enjoy these rights or the other. Yeah? So the fact that in Article 37, there is nothing suggesting that Parliament should come up with legislation, because who does not understand what is a protest, what's a demonstration, what is picketing? As to that now saying, you want to do it this way. I mean, have you just woken up from or landed from Mars to know that? I mean, it's impossible. It's very difficult. Allow people. It's because the Constitution says peacefully and unarmed.
Yes.
Those kids, the Gen Zs,
yes,
all I saw were the Kenyan flag, a phone, and a bottle of water. If those three qualify to be arms, then maybe we need to go back to school.
I hear you. Some people would argue that during your time as the Speaker of the National Assembly, that you also presided over almost a similar draconian bill. You remember the Security Amendment Bill that was passed under a lot of chaos. You know, remember how
2014.
Yes, 2014. How chaotic it was, and they were saying that that bill that you presided over was not better than this one for Esther Passaris.
Unfortunately, the two are world apart. We were addressing the issue of terrorism in the country. In fact, and I've heard many people say, oh, that law was scrapped by the court. Only 8 sections of that law
Yes.
were declared unconstitutional. And this is an act which had more than 100 and something clauses. Yeah? Because it was addressed, and actually that the passage of that law helped our security forces deal with the issues of insecurity in the country, particularly coming from outside.
Yes.
Given the problems we are going through because of Al-Shabaab.
Yes.
That law is the one that was used. It also helped to provide the mechanism by which the security sector
yes.
would coordinate itself when they are responding to
yes.
some of those crises. Remember, there was a lot of confusion at the Westgate because the army was there, the police were there, the GSU, the APs, private security guards. That law was trying to address also, among other things, how to coordinate responses
yes.
to such a situation.
I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you.
This had nothing to do with, it was not dealing with demonstrators. And if it was,
yes.
of course, we would have seen somebody saying that we are quoting the security laws
yes.
to crack down on demonstrators. It has not happened.
I hear you.
So I still say, and even when I asked the then Attorney General at that time, whether he was satisfied with the decision of the court, he said, yeah, this is okay. Because what we are trying to address then has already been addressed. The court actually
yes.
proved that, saying that the rest was okay. One thing Kenyans have must know also is that, people can shout in Parliament
yes. on
the floor of the House. But there's a procedure.
Yes.
The standing orders provide for a procedure. So you can shout, but if you have a firm speaker,
yes.
which is what I was,
yes.
he said, no, you shout, that's your right to protest and shout. But yes, call the chairman of the committee. Yes, can you move? And the court went through and saw that every question was moved, proposed, and approved
yes.
by the committee. Yeah.
I hear you.
So, but you see, it is something for me. I've had witnesses in many parliaments that people can protest, they can even fight, or that you don't adjourn the House. You have to be very careful. What was being done at that time, and I know as a result of my being firm, nobody tried it again. Because they wanted me to adjourn the House so that the bill collapses. It did not collapse. I did not adjourn the House. All I did was to make sure, because the House is a house of records, that the procedure provided for was followed to the letter. And that's what when the people went to court arguing that there was chaos. No. That's drama. We are following the Hansard.
Were you receiving some calls from State House during that moment?
No. Unfortunately, I don't carry, from the word go, I never carry my phone to the chamber. Unlike what I've seen, I don't carry my phone to the chamber. And that's why I always used to tell members, please, why don't you tell your constituents that you are in the chamber?
Yes.
Because some of them are calling to tell you that you have spoken very well and you are still in the chamber. So I tell them, please don't do this.
Yes.
Or if you want to, if you must,
yes.
you can walk out there outside and speak to your constituents.
Yes.
It may be something very urgent that they require, but that's why I never threw people out because of coming with their phones. Because I appreciate we are into the era of digital technology.
Yes.
So I mean, it's only fair that you allow them to the latitude to communicate with whomever, and because you never know what the issues could be. That the members of Parliament, particularly in the National Assembly, remember they represent people in their constituencies and other special interests in the House.
I hear you.
So I appreciate that role given in the Constitution, Article 95, Clause 1. That is what they are supposed to do. And I would always allow them. Sometimes I would see them and somebody is bedding down there, picking a phone, but I would just because I tell them, if you have to do so, please speak in low tones down there so that you don't interrupt the rest of the proceedings.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me, what is your position with the IEBC as currently constituted? Are you contented?
Well, I think we have taken too long, far too long. When I was AG, I had cautioned that Wafula Chebukati's tenure was ending on 17th of January 2023, 17th or 16th January 2023, and I had told William that we need to start the process because there had been a judgment of the High Court on the provisions in the IEBC Act, which needed to be sorted. And I brought the necessary amendment to comply with the High Court decision.
Yes.
That was done, and I expected then, because once, the AG has no role in the appointment of the members of the selection panel, much less that of the commissioners of the IEBC.
Yes.
The process was left now to Parliament to go and deal with. Then, of course, the issues that started, the Azimio group started raising some other issues. Then, of course, there was the issue, these talks, that thing was signed, it was kept aside, I think kept put in the coolers, and then they went for what they call NADCO. Yeah. That NADCO thing was, I think, diversionary. It is the one that has actually delayed. That's the one, part of the reason why we had this long delay in the appointment of commissioners of the IEBC. But now that they have been appointed, the court just ruled last week that the process was okay. So we have to live with it. But my only caution is to the IEBC commissioners that please serve the people of the Republic of Kenya. Don't serve Muturi. Don't serve William Ruto either. Serve the people of Kenya. Work with the stakeholders. And I'm saying this out of experience. As a former chairman of the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, I have traveled a bit with the commissioners of the IEBC, the predecessor to IEBC. Those Akna Hassan, when they came into IEBC, we traveled with them, Akna Yusuf Zibo and others. We saw how independent electoral management bodies operate. There must be a clear understanding of the functions of the commission as commission and those of the secretariat as the secretariat. So that there's no friction. And then, like if you go to South Africa, at every move, the Independent Electoral Commission of South Africa, they invite even political parties, come and tell us, we want to do this, come. So everybody gives inputs. When they finally agree, this is what we want, it is published there for everybody to see. So that you carry everybody with you. When you carry a sizable group of, eminent stakeholders, you carry the population with you.
I get you.
So I would want to advise them, IEBC commissioners, please, for you to regain the trust and the confidence of Kenyans, because right now it's very low. It's very low. You must be extremely deliberate in working transparently with everybody. Let there be nobody asking, well, how was this decision made? Should you find any room that can bring some doubts, please address it as soon as possible.
I hear you.
I was very happy that they reacted swiftly to the reckless and illegal statement by the woman representative of Wajir. That was good. That's as it should be. But I expect that other agencies, like the EACC, should even summon that lady. They should summon that lady. Because to stand publicly, and remember, she's not the first one. There have been others. Although, of course, unfortunately, there was no commission then. But these other agencies, they are in bed with William. So they don't see no evil, hear no evil. This woman is not the first person to talk about rigging the elections. But no, she became so blunt. The others have been saying to jaza. Yeah, I've seen those some of the leaders also from the Rift Valley particularly.
And
but this lady said, we will to Taiba. We are going to steal. You know, I can't even, you know that kind of thing. If you look at the provisions, Article 73, and 75, it's bringing dishonor to the office. To say publicly that you are going to steal
elections,
you are bringing dishonor to the office of Member of Parliament. And you should face the prescribed consequences under the Leadership and Integrity Act.
And do you believe that presidential elections can be stolen?
Well, I'm not too sure because I've not really been at the technical level. But now the law provides, and there was even an amendment in 2022, in Section 39 of the Elections Act. And if you look at also Article 136 and 138 of the Constitution, the results of the polling station are final. So what happens, the results at the polling station are then transmitted to the constituency tallying center. Once that has been done, the results that are announced there should be final. What should come to Nairobi is just to come and see totals, to just say, oh yeah, this. And actually every candidate, every presidential candidate should, I think we should, if the regulations can be amended, which I'm happy this morning I had some people saying that there have been proposals. Let every presidential candidate receive a copy immediately from every constituency returning officer. This is the result here. You have gotten 3 votes. The other one has got 100. So you know upfront. You can begin questioning your agent. Is this correct? Because they will be there. They will have even signed those results. So that what comes to Nairobi should be just to find out whether somebody has reached the 50+1 threshold, and whether somebody has gotten the 25% in 24 counties.
I hear you. I see my director is really pressing me for time. But tell me just in a few words, what is your relationship with Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, Baba?
I don't have any issues with Baba because he's a man I hold in high esteem. He has contributed so much towards the freedoms that we enjoy today. That is a person who has who stands quite high up there in the pedestal of those who really must be celebrated for their personal sacrifices. His personal sacrifice. To see that we have good governance. My only problem is that now I see he is in bed with William Ruto.
But you were also with him.
But I was also with him.
You were with William.
But you know that does not mean that I cannot fault him. Absolutely. I respect Raila. I think he's one of the. He's one of the most towering statesmen we have in this country. Not this country actually, in the region. But now going to bed with William is actually spoiling his image. In fact, it annoys me because it is spoiling his image. Because William Ruto, as I came to discover, is a man you can never trust. He can tell Baba whatever he may be telling him. But William, if it is not benefiting him, Baba should take it with a pinch of salt. In fact, but of course, on the other hand, there is freedom of association. I cannot deny Baba that freedom to associate with whomever he chooses, including associating with me, which is okay, because he's somebody I hold in high esteem.
I hear you, JB. Tell me, you are all in the opposition saying that William Ruto is that bad, but who is the alternative? Who will send him home? Is it Rigiji? Is it Kalonzo? Is it you?
One of us will be selected. one of us will be picked to see whether we
You are in the race?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Yes. So but what we have agreed is that we must remain united and together. And if we see somebody trying to play games, we will shout. We will tell Kenyans. Because we already know some machinations, evil machinations that are, William is coming up with.
Yes.
But we can see them from far because we know William. William is not that smart. No, we know it. Like what he is trying to do now. I mean, you come up with this, like now the stories he came about that who is vandalizing shops. It's such a useless white lie. You can see through it. And
Kenyans are buying that. JB, tell me, look at the conversation online. They are trying to bring a lot of negative ethnicity in this thing.
First of all, our constitution recognizes ethnic diversity. But we must, and that's what the constitution dictates, we must find unity in our diversity. Yeah? Because it is God who decided you be born there in Ukambani, you be born there in Meru, you be born there in Nyanza, be born there in Kisii, be born in Kakamega, be born in Wajir, whatever. We cannot fault anybody for being born anywhere in Kenya. God has put us together in this country, and we have no option but to love one another.
Yes.
Even when we disagree with opinions, we must remember that in unity is our strength.
Thank you.
And our diversity cannot be anybody trying to use ethnicity to define Kenyans is enemy number one of this country.
Thank you. As we are winding up, I want to speak on this camera to Kenyans who have lost hope, the young people who have looked at the political class. They thought when you told them that you were going to turn their lives upside down, but you people only came to, beg to tell them that things are not rosy. They are not the way they thought they were. These young people who have lost hope and they have no reason to live for tomorrow. You are a statesman. You are a father. These young people have gone to school. They have no jobs. They can barely support their lives. Even as we are winding up, I just want you to speak to them.
Let me tell Kenyans, and more particularly the young Kenyans, don't lose hope. All is not lost. All we need to fix in this country is our governance, and the rest will follow. This country is endowed with so much resources. It's only that we have not put them into the right use. So we address governance, and all else will follow suit. That is my message to the young people of this country. Don't lose hope. Keep pressing. If you don't like any particular leader, say it. It is your right. And nobody should hold it against you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you so much for watching. It has been the People's Bench. We were coming to you with none other than the former Attorney General himself, Mr. J.B. Muturi, the former CS, and he has said it candidly, exclusively, without mincing words. This is our country. We don't have any other country. We have to protect it. And we have to protect it by speaking the truth to one another and to power. Thank you so much for watching, and kindly do not forget to subscribe so that anytime we post this kind of videos, you will be able to watch them. Otherwise, until next time, may God bless you. Thank you so much, JB. That was so nice.
Thank you, friend.
Yes. We hope to do it again next time.
Yes, indeed.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Always
I
available.
appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate.